Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing an inspired look by none other than Kiera Knightley in Pirates of the Caribbean. Specifically, Kiera Knightley as Elizabeth Swann in At World's End. I have some photos here that I can show you that were kind of my inspiration really for this look. I'm sure if you've seen these movies, you know what I'm talking about when she's on the boat. When she's looking like that. This beach scene when she's saying goodbye to her bae, I was like, yo. I mean, I think you all kind of, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. So this is really what I came up with today. It is not a transformation, it is just inspiration. I truly love how she looks in this movie. I have a giant crush on her and I just kind of wanted to do a look inspired by it because why not? If you want to see how I got this look, stay tuned. Think bronze, think sea salt, think Johnny Depp. I have already primed my face today with Urban Decay Quick Fix. And moving on to foundation, I'm using Bourjois, the gel foundation in dark beige, using a beauty blender to apply and blend it out. I've been getting a little lazy with just going in straight with the sponge. So I'm going to change it today because I feel like being a little more legit. Now she is quite tanned, obviously from being out at sea so long, hanging out with Orlando Bloom. But I don't think this foundation is maybe the closest I have to being a little more sun-kissed. I'm going to use just a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Neutral today. I don't find that she's particularly like bright and highlighted, but so I'm just going to go in with a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with the Tarte The Sculptor Contour Stick and contour a little bit, and this is a little bit warmer. So that's why I like this, especially for this look, because she does have a very warm contour. It's not too intense, but it is there. I wish I could talk to the makeup artist that did it, but you know, they're probably busy. That's the reason that's keeping me from talking to them. She does have a sharp jaw, a really defined jaw, so I want to kind of give that illusion as well. Also, I really like the look of a sharp jaw. Personal preference. If you really want a defined jaw too, you can line right here. Will also help. She is a little bit more matte, although, you know, in some scenes she's like sweating and stuff like that, but I don't want to bake because I don't want it to look too like kind of matte, if you know what I feel like you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier. It's just the Invisible Pressed setting powder. It looks like this. So it's the universal shade. Ta-da. I'm just gonna dust it lightly over my face. Nothing too heavy, but I'm using a Wet n Wild brush. Clean. I'm actually going to go in with a couple bronzers today, even though that seems a little extra, but her cheeks especially are very, very bronzed. So I want to try to get the right color. For starters, I'm going in with Chocolate Soleil to bronze, and that is the medium deep shade from Too Faced. I'm going to be taking this Tarte contour brush. I believe that's what it's called, their contour brush, but it looks kind of, it has like this like paddle shape to it. Starting light and then really building it up. Don't forget the forehead, because when you're out sailing the seas, your forehead's gonna get some sun. Unless you're wearing that cool hat that she has. Fortunately, I do not have one of those. That's the Chocolate Soleil done. I'm gonna go in with another bronzer now, the Benefits Hoola. It's a little bit warmer, so that's why I wanna include it in the combination. I'm actually gonna be taking a Real Techniques buffing brush and using it more on the apples of my cheeks, because I don't really see that she has like a blush on. So I'm just gonna keep rolling with the bronzers. Also bronzing the nose, not really contouring the nose, but really bronzing up the skin. This is gonna sound a little weird, but I'm actually gonna go in with a more gray tone contour shade because I feel like she's a little bit more, like, I don't wanna say dirty, but dirty. So in that Smashbox Trio that I usually use for highlight, I'm gonna take this shade, the contour shade, and I'm gonna take a smaller brush and run it just into like the socket right here of my cheekbone. For that, I will be using the Real Techniques contour brush. And I like this because it's tapered a little bit, so that point of the brush right here can get in, but then the others can blend out the product. Also gonna take just a little bit of it up on the temples, whatever was left over on the brush, which really wasn't much. For brows, I want to make sure they're dark, they're defined with brow gel, but they're also a little bit warmer than my brows. So that's why I'm going to be using mainly the Brow Powder Duo by Anastasia. I'm going to go in first with that darker shade, and then I'm going to go over just a little bit with the warmer shade. I'm going to just brush them out with this No Name brush. So firstly going in with that darker shade, and I'm using a Tarte dual-ended brush. I maybe would have gone in with the lighter shade first, but I wanted this to kind of be the base so that it didn't get too warm. So now I'm going to go in with that warmer shade just to warm them up a touch. I don't want to do it too intensely, but she does have warmer brows than myself. I'm going to brush them just a little bit more before adding in brow gel. I'm going to go in with Anastasia's Espresso Brow Gel. Now on to the eyes. I'm going to go in with Urban Decay's Primer Potion to prime my lids. For the eyes, it's going to be fairly simple. The pictures that I've looked at, there's really just a little bit of highlight on her lid, probably right in here, but it's matte, so it's a lighter cream or beige color, and then there's a little bit of browns going on. So we're just gonna hop on into it. So for starters, I'm gonna go into the Tarte lip palette. It's that purple one that's all matte by Tarte. And I'm gonna take the shade Free Spirit. It's this one right here. It's kind of a yellow cream, and I'm gonna put it all over my lid using a Wet n Wild Their large eyeshadow brush, just to put that on top of the primer to make sure the rest of my shadows blend out and don't get too patchy, or patchy at all, is the hope. So here are some browns that I will be going in with today. This is Fawn by Anastasia, their single shadows. This is Peanut Butter from the Too Faced Peanut Butter palette. This is Wanderer from the Tarte lip palette, and this is Birkin and Anastasia single shadow. So I'll be kind of playing around with these today. I'm first going to take Wanderer from that Tarte lip palette, and I'm going to put it in my crease. And I'm just taking a clean, no name crease brush. It doesn't have to be super precise, not doing a cut crease at all. Going over to the Single Shadow Birkin by Anastasia, I'm going to run that lightly on my lower lash line all the way. Now I'm going to go back into that Wander shade from the Tarte Lip palette, this one right here, and I'm going to run it on just the outer corner of my lower lash line. I'm going to lightly take the shade Fawn by Anastasia and I'm going to brush it over my lid, but very, very lightly. So it's this shade right here. I just don't want my lids getting too bright and too white looking. For that, I'm just taking a Morphe 505 brush, tapping in, like barely patting it on, knocking off fallout and running it over my lid. So see the difference? It's ever so slight, but I just don't want it to be too bright. Also, while I'm applying that, just kind of blending around too. Liner is a little bit tricky. It looks like she has a couple things going on depending on what photo and what scene it is, but I'm going to tight line my upper waterline, almost kind of going in between my actual lashes. So not really going above them, making a wing at all, but kind of going in between, like in between the hairs, if you feel what I'm saying. So it's kind of like tight lining, but it's not all on your waterline. Just stabbed myself. Woo! Oh, and I am taking a Sephora waterproof, the 12-hour wear, I believe, yep, the 12-hour wear matte black shade. This stuff's good. And I'm going to take it in a little bit down to the corner, because she has that a little more defined. Alright, so that's the liner bit done. I'm actually going to go back and highlight a little bit with that Smashbox Trio that I usually use. And I'm just going to go up on my cheekbones. I'm not using a glitter or a shimmery highlight of any kind today. I am just taking the setting brush from Real Techniques, just a little bit because I don't want to throw off the bronzing at all, but I just kind of wanted to make the cheekbones a little bit more prominent. I'm going to set my face with the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. You gotta set your face when you're sailing the 7 seas with the hotties. Whew. For mascara, I'm just gonna do it a little more separated and fanned out. She does have it on her lower lashes as well. I'm not gonna do it way thick and way dramatic because she does not do it that way. So I'm gonna do that off camera really quick and be right back. For a lip, I am gonna just literally, this is my lip color naturally, so I'm just gonna put on a little bit of Cairo, the soft matte lip cream by NYX. I'm just gonna pat it out just because she does have a matte lip pretty much throughout the whole movie, I'm pretty sure. I added a little bit of sea salt spray to my hair to give it a little bit of texture, but also I feel like how could I do this inspired look and not have sea salt in my hair? Definitely you could add a little bit more bronzer and kind of smoke out the lower lash line a little bit more, but this is kind of just how I'm keeping it today. Definitely wearable, definitely daytime, could be nighttime too. It doesn't really matter. I just like her look so much in this movie. I think it's a very, she still has that like BA vibe to her, but I think it's pretty without being over the top. I hope you guys enjoyed today. I find that this can be very wearable, so maybe you can recreate it or do something similar if you like. Thank you so much for watching today. If you want to check out other videos or see more from me, please subscribe, tell your friends, send this on to a fellow Pirates fan. If you were just passing through, thanks for watching either way. Maybe I will see you somewhere else on the internet. Until next time.